Back with us in the, one of the end zones here in the Ford Center, the Star in Frisco, Texas. And as promised, we have Mr. David Epps with us, President and CEO of the new Peach Bowl Incorporated. And as such, they will host in Atlanta the Aflac kickoff game. That is Baylor and Auburn coming up on September 5th. And David, welcome to you. Thanks for being on with us.
Well, it's a privilege to be here. Anytime we get to start talking about college football this time of year, it's a good day.
Can't come too early for you, can it?
It can't. We've had Atlanta's been consumed by the other kind of football with the World Cup the past 6-7 weeks. So we're excited to see the oblong pigskin starting to take front and center.
Tell us from your perspective, how did this Baylor-Auburn game come to be as a part of this classic and in Atlanta?
Well, we have a history of trying to put together matchups that are competitive, also that make sense. And Auburn's been in our game several times. We've had probably more ACC versus SEC than anything through time. But as we were looking at, you have to look at whose schedules are available. Auburn came to Baylor last year, and this was originally going to be a return trip to Auburn. And we went and proposed the idea that what if we moved this to Atlanta, put this in the Aflac kickoff game, which ultimately elevates the stage perceptually for everybody. ESPN or ABC jumps on it and says, we'll make this our mid-afternoon game on ABC, which is great. And, the inducement and the incentive for Auburn to move this from a home game to Atlanta was that we're able to utilize some of the payouts for this and engage student athletes from an NIL standpoint. And they've put a good enough structure in place that we felt like we could use student athletes to help promote ticket sales, promote viewership, promote fan events. And I say it really ended up being a win-win for everybody involved.
That's sort of the name of the game these days, isn't it? If you can add an NIL component to a game, let's do it. Let's make it happen.
It is. And these athletic directors, they have the toughest job in the country right now. How you keep all of the constituencies happy, but ultimately, how do you drive new revenues? And this is just another way for events like ours to help support what the conferences and the teams need.
So you in Atlanta, you'll host this Aflac kickoff game on September 5th, and then the Peach Bowl. You're going to be right at you're going to book in the season almost, aren't you, in Atlanta?
It is. It's funny. We have a luncheon next 2 weeks from now, and Coach Aranda's coming out, Coach Golish. We call it kickoff to playoff because we kick off the season and then we end it with the playoff in Atlanta. And so we're excited about what it means to our city. We feel like Atlanta, and we unabashedly claim to be the capital of college football. And doing these in our city means a lot to us personally, but also to the community and the business world who benefits from it.
So can you guarantee it's going to be a 50-50 crowd in Atlanta on September 5th? I don't think that's going to happen.
It will probably be a little bit more of an Auburn advantage.
Understand that.
But we certainly have a big enough building. We're expecting it to be close to a sellout, if not a sellout. So there'll be a big crowd. And we've certainly made the tickets and the opportunity to be there available to Baylor fans. And we would love to see as much green in that building as we can.
We had a Baylor dinner last night here, with Coach Rand and the players in town, and I had several people saying, we're going to be in Atlanta. So they're making their plans. I mean, they want to be there for this game.
Well, we're excited, and amazingly, there's a huge Baylor alumni base in Atlanta. I have some close friends who are three-generation Baylor Bears who are all in Atlanta. So we're expecting that this is a fan base that may quietly come out of the woodwork and really show up on game day.
That'll be fun. I love the trophy. For those of you watching, here's a look at the display here at the Ford Center that shows the trophy. Look at that. That's and you say that leather helmet is removable off of the top of the trophy.
It is. One of the traditions that we created when we started this game in 2008 was the winning coach, when we present this award to them post-game, the winning coach takes that, we call it the old leather helmet, takes it off the base, puts it on his head, and, the crowd goes nuts, the players go nuts, and they just pass it around. Everybody wants to get a picture with the old leather helmet on.
That's really cool. Let's hope that's Coach Aranda putting that on at the end of the game. It would be a huge win for Baylor if Baylor could beat Auburn. But that's the display that's here, and as you said, from kickoff to playoff in Atlanta, in a wonderful stadium. broadcast from Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Yeah, we feel like it's the best stadium in the country, if not the world.
Yeah.
And the Falcons putting that together, they thought of every detail. And we think of it from the fan perspective and the team perspective. The fans who come and experience Mercedes-Benz Stadium for the first time will absolutely be blown away. Even potentially having been to AT&T Stadium here, there's really something unusual and special about it for the fans. And then the coaches and the players will also have an equally impressive experience.
I'm sure you know they're friends of mine, Wes Durham and the Falcons crew. Those guys are great.
Yeah, I was actually texting with Wes this morning.
Good,
and,
great guy.
He's going to be hosting our luncheon.
Oh, perfect.
In a couple of weeks with Coach Aranda and Doug are coming out there sitting on a panel. So we're going to have Wes with us July 22nd.
Very cool.
In Atlanta.
Very cool. That'll be great. And remind our listeners, hey, if you're thinking about coming, the College Football Hall of Fame is right there in Atlanta. I mean, there's a lot to do college football related.
There is. We're sort of a perfect storm for college football. And the College Football Hall of Fame is an absolute must-do if you love college football, and even for the casual fan. It's not a traditional Hall of Fame. It's more of an interactive experience. And anybody who comes to Atlanta, it's worth packing on a day on the front or the back end to go see the College Football Hall of Fame, and even to do tours. Mercedes-Benz Stadium does tours the same way they do at AT&T Stadium here. And people are just amazed being able to see the behind the scenes and the inner workings of a facility. So I'd encourage people, if you can, that Labor Day weekend works out well. Tack on a day and take in everything that Atlanta has to offer.
I went to the College Football Hall of Fame when we played Notre Dame one year when it was in South Bend, but I haven't been in Atlanta, so looking forward to seeing it there.
Yeah, you really have to. When you come, you have to see it. You will absolutely be amazed.
That is great. That is great. Well, great to visit with you. Thank you, and look forward to being there for the season kickoff on September 5th.
My pleasure. We'll see you soon.
Thanks very much. David Epps with us. He's the president and CEO of the new Peach Bowl, and they run the Aflac kickoff game. It is September 5th. It is Baylor versus Auburn to kick off the season, 2:30 in the afternoon Central Time, national TV on ABC. So a big stage, and then you add in the Aflac kickoff game status, and David's right, that really just elevates everything that's going on there. So we need a big Baylor crowd there. Going to be a lot of Auburn Tigers in that building, so we need some Baylor folks to make plans to be in Atlanta on Labor Day weekend. All right, take a break. Thank you, David. Take a break. The great Wyatt Thompson will join us, voice of the K-State Wildcats. When we come back, we are live at the Monster Energy Big 12 Football Media Days from Frisco, and we'll be right back after this.